Can you imagine any other president in history giving the same access to media, most of whom are hostile towards him, within their first few days of office? And the candour with which he answers their questions. Ridiculous ones too. Like this impromptu doorstep on Air Force One.
The Pentagon, Mr. President, just lifted a hold on 2,000-pound bombs for Israel, which was blocked by Biden. Do you have a comment on that, sir?
On the what?
On the 2,000-pound bombs that Biden had put a hold on.
We released them.
Yeah.
We released them today, and they'll have them, and they paid for them, and they've been waiting for them for a long time. They've been in storage for a long time, but we released them today to Israel.
Why did you do that, sir?
Because they bought them.
Okay.
He is just so matter of fact, no nonsense, to the point, filter free, like this.
Does it bother you that Elon Musk criticized a deal that you made publicly, that he said that he tweeted that?
No, it doesn't. He hates one of the people in the deals.
Have you spoken to him since then?
No. I've spoken to Elon, but I've spoken to all of them, actually. No, the people in the deal are very, very smart people. But Elon, one of the people he happens to hate, but I have certain hatreds of people too. Sir.
He hates the guy. I mean, it's obviously true. It's a pretty human quality. Most of us can relate. He doesn't even skip a beat. He just tells you exactly how it is. Can you imagine if Kamala Harris had been asked that very same question? She would have taken 12 minutes to completely avoid actually answering it, talked about her upbringing, threw in a prosecutor reference, and then finished with the bit about being burdened by unburdening the burden bit, whatever the hell it was. The American public would be none the wiser. The time spent word salading is time none of us would have ever gotten back. Yet the media would have accepted it, moved on, and probably praised her very classy response. It's actually crazy. We have been conditioned to think that being presidential is all about avoiding anything of substance and reciting the kumbaya. What about his round, well, it was more square, table in LA about the horrific fires? He sat there and listened. He actually listened instead of lecturing. And when someone came up with, well, a good idea.
One other point I want to make. I really appreciate my congressman advocating for money. We need the money from the federal government. But I also understand Americans who are tired of spending money on California and disasters happen, and the California government passes $50 million to oppose your policies. So they have $50 million for that, but not for moving people into rental homes or helping people relocate or rebuild. I would like to ask you to follow the 9/11 Commission precedent and appoint a special master to watch the money, to make sure that every federal dollar that gets spent here is spent on fire relief and rebuilding and not on everything else.
Good idea. Rick Grinnell has been fantastic, and he lives here, and I don't know if you want to either think about it or recommend some people or get together and recommend some people as a group, which is fine. But Rick would be somebody that I would certainly consider.
He has the ability to actually acknowledge that it might be, rather than being offended by the thought that someone might have thought of something that they haven't thought of yet. Unlike florals in spring, my friends, it's revolutionary. Off the cuff, a discussion where ideas are shared and action is taken. That should be the norm, by the way, not the anomaly. Also, this bit.
Yes, and if individuals want to clear out their property, they can. Well, yes, but you know that you will be able to go back soon.
Mr. President.
We think within a week.
That's a long time, a week. I'll be honest. To me, everyone's standing in front of their house. They want to go to work, and they're not allowed to do it.
He is listening, he's thinking, he's reacting in real time. He's not checking in with an advisor or an aide that this is an appropriate thing to say or do. He's not nervous about something not coming out quite right. He's just saying exactly what he thinks. How refreshing. And for those with the memory of a goldfish, a little reminder of what it looked like just a few days ago.
Oh, if we had a circumstance where there was a lineup and I hadn't inherited what I did and we just moved things along. Anyway.
You need to get to go and need to be able to get where you need to go to do the...
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
You exist in the context. Is the Caribbean nations, island nations. In the Western Hemisphere, that is where the Caribbean is, we are also in the Western Hemisphere.
This stuff seriously, as seriously as you are, because you have been forced to have to take it seriously.
The United States shares a very important relationship, which is an alliance with the Republic of North Korea.
We did it, Joe! High five! Yes!
I rest my case.